Hi everyone. So previous video I explained how we can create a dynamic email bot and how we can automate through MongoDB. Okay. So for our upcoming project dependency, we need a Mongo cluster also. So that is what actually MongoDB cloud. So for using MongoDB cloud, we need to do what? We need to automate our DAGs. So as those who are watching this video previously, as think they know already, we using previously localhost 27017 port, which is not accessible through Docker container. That means what? So here is we created right this MongoDB with Airflow and Docker. So there is one CLI command is there. So in CLI there is one module is there. Okay. Telnet, which I already import in Docker. I will explain you also how I done. So here that module name, here you can see apt-get install telnet. Okay, by using this one we can get this module access. Why I am explaining, there is one reason. 27017, this port is not accessible inside Docker container. So if you are using upcoming videos also, so there is no point to using MongoDB. So for resolving this issue, so we already I find one solution which will help us to resolve this MongoDB issue with Apache Airflow. So let's start how we can configure MongoDB cloud cluster in our Apache Airflow and how we can automate our DAGs and bots. So for demo perspective, I created one dummy or created one new Gmail ID. You can use your own Gmail ID also. I'm just copy this Gmail ID. So by using this MongoDB cloud, it is redirect to this page. So here we need to create one account like a cloud account. It's a free one. There is no cost. So we can go with free one now. Now I just adding startup. You can add any company name and all. Here I'm adding that new Gmail ID name. You can add your own primary or also or any other email ID also, but make sure that you have that email ID access. I'm adding my own password. You can add your own password. Click this agreement, then create your Atlas account. So after clicking this one, it is redirect to one page and it is providing you one verification link where you can verify your authentication. Now it is showing now verify your email. This email ID is whatever email ID you added there, and click the verification link inside, complete your registration. So now I am getting one email from MongoDB. So I am opening this one. So here you can see one option, verify email. Click this verify email option. After clicking this one, it is redirect to one page and it is showing email verification successful. Okay. Now click continue. So it is giving you one home page and that home page is redirect to the dashboard of the MongoDB. Okay. So in this page it will take some second to redirect to that main page. Now you can see it is automatically redirect to MongoDB cloud. So in this cloud, it is asking some personal data about yourself. What is your goal today? So what is our goal It is giving you 4 options. So our option need to choose learn MongoDB. We need to develop our DAGs and bots. So we can use this one. So if other activity if you want to use, then we can choose any other option also. What type of application are you building? So we are using Automation Dag and all. So here that options are not there, I could see. Click this others and I just mention development activity. Okay. Now what is your preferred language? So currently we are using Python. Use this Python and click finish. It will take some second to redirect to one package page. So here it is giving serverless, dedicated and shared. So currently we need to use free version. Choose this one and click create. So it is giving some time and it will take some time to create your shared cluster. Now these are also by default option. It is coming from MongoDB, like which cloud provider you want to use. So there is three cloud provider is there: AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure. So keep the same default one, AWS, and location you need by default also Mumbai. Keep the same only. And these three option it is giving you free, which is like cluster tier, which they are giving like 512 MB, which you can store your collection and data. Additional setting like you are not premium, right? So it is your responsibility. You need to take your backup of your data. Okay, I will show you how you can take a backup in your local machine also. So it is easier us to take a backup in our local machine. Cluster name you can give anything. It is a default one. Keep the same one only. If you want to modify also, there is no problem. Now click create cluster. So it will take some second to create your cluster. Now it is asking you user and password. So for Chrome auto redirect it is coming this one. I'm just adding like so I'm just adding my YouTube channel name. Okay, you can add anything. So beyond doubt. Okay, add your own password. After that click create user. Now the user created. Now it is asking like where would you like to connect from. So for testing purpose and development activities, we are using our local machine only, not like any other cloud environment. Cloud environment means any other activities like other network we are using. Other network activities we are also using our machine, but not now. But currently we need to use this my local environment only. Now this is the main activity, like add entries to your IP address list. See the problem is what I'm just opening command prompt. Okay, so here if I'm type there is one command is there, right? Default command ipconfig. If I am using this command, this is my like IP address of this machine. So if I am using this one, then I can only able to access this cluster. Okay, if I am using a different machine to access my cluster, then I am unable to access that one. So how we can do? There is one 4 dot is there. Okay, 0.0.0.0. If you are using this one, then I can access this cluster, other machine also, whatever I want. Then I'm just adding add entry. Now let me never. So here it is giving you like that IP address list. Here that option, last option, finish and close. Click this option and go to dashboard. Now it is taking some time, like deploying your changes current action. So it will take some time to deploy your changes in this current cluster. Now it's completed. Here you can see your cluster name and all. Now there is one more important option is there, browse collection. Click that browse collection. Now it is showing like retrieving list of collection, and it is giving you two options. One is load a sample dataset, whatever we need to fetch from MongoDB, and add my own whatever I created. So keep the same, like take on sample dataset whatever they are using. Here it is showing size is 250 MB, so it will take some time. I just click load sample data, and for few minutes I just skip this video because it will take more time to load all the collection and data. Okay, let me refresh this page. So it is taking time. Must be it will take time because it's 350 MB. Now this process is going on, like we are deploying your changes. Okay, keep them load the data. So meanwhile I will also explain you like how we can access this cluster in our compass. So let's wait some few seconds, at least one DB and collection I just show you in my demo. Let me refresh once. I think some data might be created. Fetching from MongoDB. Now here you can see it will take some time. Okay, still it is deploying, still we are fetching the data. For your understanding, I just show you. See, I already created one different Gmail ID, one cluster. So this kind of data we need to fetch from MongoDB server to our cluster. So it will automatically it will fetch from them. So now one collection already fetched from like sample mflix. This already I fetch here mflix here. See, this kind of collection and things we are getting from them. But here as of now it is one data only created, like 20 data. See, this is our DB. This is called DB in MongoDB. This is called collection, and this is called data. Whatever is available inside this collection. So here you can click next and you can see. Now the major point is how we can access this cluster in our Mongo Compass. How we can do. So here you can click again database. Let them deploy their changes, so we can see whatever is available we can fetch from Mongo Compass. Now there is one option here, you could see, right? Connect option. If you click connect option, it is giving you 4 options, like connect with MongoDB shell, or else connect to your application, or else MongoDB Compass, or else VS Code. So currently in our machine Mongo Compass already there. Those who are not installed MongoDB Compass, they can watch my this video installation of MongoDB. They can get some idea like how you can do that one. Now we can go through MongoDB Compass. So it is giving you one string URL, like copy this URL and all. This is my user ID, and here I need to use my password. I just copy this, simply clicking this option, and here I am adding like this URL. I'm just modifying my password. You can also guys modify your password. Okay, after adding this one, I'm just copy this URL and create one new connection. Here you can see new connection, right? Click new connection. After clicking new connection, here you can see it is giving one UI, and here you need to add your new URL. Okay, just remove that space and all, and click connect. So it will take few seconds to connect your cluster. So now here you can see it is fetching your collection data. So now there is two collection already fetched from MongoDB server. So now you can do what? Here you can see, right? Like let me go through database, then browse collection, retrieving list of database and collections. It is going on. It will take some second to we can see that next UI. Okay. Now we can see, right, like it is still deploying. Okay, it is still fetching the data. Keep them do that one. This data, whatever we can see in this URL, right, and this MongoDB Atlas. So same things we are accessing through MongoDB Compass. So this is like here you can see this is cluster 0.ho something. It's a default URL and all. It is still we are getting the data. If you click this comment option, here you can see the list of data. So this sample mflix is called as DB, this comment called as collection, and this data it's called as document. In MongoDB it is called as documents. Okay, so the thing like as per your some doubt like rest data. So here you can see one more option is there, reload data. If you click reload data, now you can see one more like collection created. See, it is keep on loading our data. Let them do that one. Now the question is like how we can use this one in our automation airflow. So as previous videos I explained like one collection, right, automation config, and there DB, inside that DB I created one collection, and that collection I created one documents. So keep the same thing in our cluster also. How we can do? There is one plus icon is there. So inside plus icon we need to copy this DB name, or else you can type. It is your choice. And let me copy this one and put it in here. This is our DB. Second, we need to copy our control C. You can use also like here I'm just adding that collection name. Then create database. Now it's created. Okay, our database, our custom database we created. These are all like MongoDB database, default database, but we created one our custom database. Okay, this is our custom database, but we are not adding any data. How we can do? There is two options is there: import file or else insert documents. You can insert also and you can import also. Let me go through import already that file. Those who want to how I created and all, they can watch my previous videos. Okay, here I think features Apache Airflow, automation, send email, Apache Airflow, bash operator, send. See, I think this video I already uploaded. You can watch this video, this part 9 and part 10. Okay, now you can do what? We need to upload our data. So here I created the data. I just import here, simply open and just import. It will take few seconds to import your data. So this is our data. So there is one more option is there, JSON. If you click that one, then you can see the JSON structure. Okay, this one like sim grid type of thing. You can use this one also. Best UI we can use here. Now let refresh one more time, reload data. Let's see is there any additional table. Okay, let them do that one. So in this video we see what actually how we can create MongoDB cluster by using this cloud MongoDB environment, and how we can load our collection data from MongoDB server to our own cluster, and how we can use that one. Okay, how we can use that one in our development activities. So why I am saying this one, this thing, right, we can able to access inside the Docker container. So that is the point I want to say. In localhost there is one restriction is there. We are unable to access this localhost 27017 port inside Docker container. Like in Airflow, by default they are giving web server, scheduler and a worker, Flower, Postgres and Redis. So inside this one we are unable to access localhost 27017 port. So for resolving that issue, we are just set up this cloud for our development activities. So for today I think this much only. So next video we can see how we can use this MongoDB cluster and all in our development activities. So thank you so much.